The bill clearly is a down zoning. You know, Maryland farmers were the first in this state to do nutrient management and help clean up the bay with voluntary programs that set us first in the nation.
Senator Barry Glassman says the governor's septic bill does far more than curb sprawl and reduce pollution from septic systems into the Chesapeake Bay.
Now Maryland farmers are the first to get a state-forced down zone on their properties, where they lose 30 to 40% of the value in their farms. Number one and two things, and I think it's a pretty sad day when we do this, and at the same time, out of the other side of our mouth, we say we need to save agricultural land.
Despite those words, the bill to limit septic systems passed 32 to 14 after Senate Republicans attempted to filibuster. The bill requires counties to use a four-tiered system to limit where septic systems can be located, especially in rural areas.
When it comes to clean water, we're way past time where it's a please issue. It's got to be a demand issue.
Senator Paul Pinsky and other supporters who rallied outside the State House say regulating where new residential septic systems can be built will go a long way toward reducing pollution in the Chesapeake Bay.
Most Marylanders, for sure, want clean water, and we're tired that a small percentage of Marylanders still pollute for their personal benefit at the expense of all of us. We all need to reduce our pollution load on the bay.
It's not just about the bay. Everything that we're talking about, from the agricultural controls to the wastewater upgrades to the septic system upgrades, preserves and protects our fresh water.
While these supporters may be thrilled that the controversial septic bill cleared the Senate, it only passed after a key provision was removed, one which would have allowed the state to essentially overturn county development plans.
I was very satisfied with the compromise that was made. I think it makes the bill a whole lot better.
Echoing those sentiments, Governor O'Malley, who wasn't able to get a similar bill out of committee last year.
Every bill is the product of compromise, and this is if you had told us 2 years ago that this would be the end result of this effort to curb septic sprawl and septic housing developments, I think that every advocate would say that's a great outcome, and that's much better than it was.
But not everyone sees it that way.
Centralization of power is not what's needed, and particularly not from a couple of bureaucrats in Annapolis on how rural Maryland is to grow, prosper, and share some of the farmland and some of the resources with their children.
This bill is not needed to clean up the bay. This bill is about control, not cleaning up the bay. The 1.7 million people that live in the rural parts of the state leave here today with this vote feeling that the war against rural Maryland continues.
I'm Nancy Yamada for State Circle.